Welcome, creative friends. Edna Edie here from The Creativity Activist. Today I'm sharing the results of returning to my card making roots. I'm about to get on a plane to go overseas, and I made some little cards and tags so that I could use them as gifts as I'm going along the way. So, firstly, the tags. These are coming at you from the Paper Bark Blooms papers. So, I bought a couple of sets of the die cuts from Uniquely Creative, and then I bought 3 or 4 pieces of paper from that same range, including a cut apart sheet. So that's all I bought, very restricted supplies, and then I paired those with my Scrap Diva designs and I came up with these little tags. So keeping them relatively simple, but they're still quite layered. And yeah, I made 2 of each. Sometimes they're very matchy. And I also pulled into my wood veneer stash and I pulled out, these are actually Australiana little flowers, but not those so much, but there's elements of Australiana across the wood veneer in some cases as well. And I really did just reach into what I already had die cut out for sentiments for the most part. Some pink twine, lots of Australian flowers. They're really pretty die cuts. I really wanted to use them in some way. And these ones here have birds and the big florals coming down, the veneer poking out, and some little flocked flowers there as well. So just using the wood veneer, wood grained paper from the range, and just different elements of the beautiful papers. All the little different shapes. And this one here, I used cut apart postage stamps. These die cuts are the ones that don't have an edge on them, so they're quite fine. They're even kind of bordering on like wood veneer. And see the gum leaves coming down the bottom there, and triple layered up with the darker paper in the middle for those ones. And then a couple of the taller ones. This one's got a little kangaroo in there. I like how the florals really splay out nice and broadly. And that one's got a little koala. Simple, repetitive steps, lots of layering, which is what I liked. And these ones bringing in some different elements, but still a little kangaroo, but that one's got a top decoration and a bottom. And that one there. So I'm going to package those up and get them ready for gifting. Really enjoyed the colour range in those, which is very different from this colour range. So a while ago I bought this paper pad, the Aussie Garden paper pad by Emma Whitelaw, I think it is, and it had birds and floral die cuts that you could buy with it. And I've gone from my probably more customary muted tones to these wildly bright tones in these cards. Love how they came together. Very much out of my comfort zone using such bright colours, but I bought a 6x6 paper pad and I used a lot of those for the front layer of the cards, and then I used the 12x12s to make envelopes, and I've used little Australiana wood veneer on each of the envelope flaps. So that's generally how it's come together. I've just used a folded card and then taken the paper all the way to the edge. And then I've done some stitching around the outside there. And I've repeatedly used these Rosie's Studio frames in all different colours, some of my favourite border strips, and just incorporated the black with the stitching and the gems. So I've made a whole series of those out of all of the flora and fauna and made an envelope for each of those. So these are all sorts of different border styles. Just really using what I had in my stash apart from the papers. The papers are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm really pleased I did actually use them because I was very attracted to them. I think Alicia got me onto these papers, but I really wanted to give it a go, and these will be a nice way to take a bit of Australia with me in my gifting. Look at the little cocky. Bright and fun. A couple of them are larger in size. Kookaburra. And really, it's on repeat in all of the different ways. And I still have some birdies left, so perhaps when I go away again, I'll use them in a different way. But I really love birds, so I've loved using these in a different way and buying and making with what I buy. Yeehaw! So these are coming with me in my suitcase for my travels, and I look forward to sharing them with people I meet along the way. Hope you've enjoyed a look into what I've been making lately, and perhaps you might make something for your travels. Enjoy.